The moment the grid fails, water does not disappear, but safe water does. Pressure drops silently through miles of buried pipe. Treatment plants halt without power, and the invisible barrier between you and contamination begins to dissolve. At first, taps may still run. The flow feels normal, the clarity unchanged, the illusion intact. This is the most dangerous phase, because what has changed is not what you can see. It is what is no longer being controlled. Disinfection stops. Monitoring stops. Flow integrity weakens. And within hours, a system that once delivered potable water with precision begins to behave like an open, unprotected network, vulnerable to intrusion at every weak point. To understand this collapse, the analysis must begin with how modern water systems actually function under stable conditions. Municipal water is not inherently safe at the source. It is made safe through continuous treatment, coagulation, filtration, and disinfection, followed by controlled pressurization that prevents external contaminants from entering the system. This pressure is not optional. It is a defensive mechanism. As long as internal pressure remains higher than external environmental pressure, contaminants are kept out. The moment pressure drops below that threshold, the direction of flow can reverse at micro-level breaches. Groundwater, soil contaminants, and even sewage infiltration can begin entering the system through cracks, faulty seals, and aging infrastructure. The common misunderstanding is that water safety is binary, either clean or dirty, and that clarity is an indicator of purity. In reality, the most dangerous contaminants are invisible. Pathogens such as bacteria, viruses, and protozoa do not change the appearance of water. Chemical contaminants may alter taste or smell, but many do not. This creates a false confidence that leads to one of the most critical errors in a grid-down scenario: consuming untreated water because it looks fine. The human sensory system is not equipped to detect microbial risk. By the time symptoms appear, exposure has already occurred. Hidden within water safety is a concept rarely considered outside engineering fields: residual disinfection. In functional systems, a small concentration of disinfectant, typically chlorine, remains in the water as it travels through distribution networks. This residual is not for initial purification. It is for maintaining safety during transport. It suppresses microbial regrowth and neutralizes contaminants that may enter after treatment. When treatment plants shut down or dosing systems fail, this residual begins to decay. Chlorine is not stable indefinitely. It dissipates over time, especially in warm conditions or in the presence of organic matter. As residual levels drop, the system loses its ability to self-protect. Evidence from emergency response data shows that within 24 to 48 hours of treatment interruption, residual disinfectant levels can fall below effective thresholds across large portions of a distribution network. Once this happens, microbial growth is no longer suppressed. Biofilms, thin layers of microorganisms that naturally exist inside pipes, can begin to proliferate. Under normal conditions, these biofilms are controlled and largely harmless. Under reduced disinfection, they become active sources of contamination, releasing bacteria into the flowing water. The survival implications are immediate, but not always obvious. Illness from contaminated water does not always present instantly. There can be a delay of hours to days before symptoms develop, during which time dehydration, nutrient loss, and physical weakness begin to compromise decision-making and mobility. In a resource-limited environment, even mild gastrointestinal illness can become life-threatening due to the inability to maintain hydration and electrolyte balance. The risk is not just infection. It is the cascade of physiological stress that follows. As the system degrades further, pressure loss becomes more pronounced. Intermittent flow replaces continuous supply. Air enters the pipes, creating pockets that disrupt delivery and increase the likelihood of contamination through backflow events. Each time pressure drops and then returns, the system experiences what is known as a transient event. These pressure fluctuations can dislodge sediments, biofilms, and accumulated contaminants, sending concentrated pulses of unsafe material through the network. This means that water quality can vary dramatically from one moment to the next, even at the same tap. The misunderstanding at this stage is the belief that boiling alone solves all water safety issues. While boiling is an effective method for inactivating most biological pathogens, it does nothing to remove chemical contaminants, heavy metals, or particulates. In fact, Boiling can concentrate certain chemicals by reducing water volume through evaporation. This is a critical limitation that is often overlooked.